But no matter what comes next, I still have to face the ending.
Yeah, so in which case, we're probably have to go like a little bit further up and then come back down.
There's a water, it says fog water, so assuming this is the fog water canal.
Mm-hmm.
Where?
Is the fog water canal the turf of foghounds?
Yes.
I learned something.
No, I'm just confused about how Requiem Road is a canal.
No. Next to Requiem Road, there's a canal that goes under all those buildings.
Yeah, see where it says fog water over here?
Yeah,
No,
this
I'm
is the
looking
road,
right here
this is
where
on
we've
the
drawn
water,
the line
this is the
through.
canal.
So is that like a docking area?
No, there's definitely no docks here. This is a canal.
No, I'm saying we're...
We're getting off the boat,
show you
Professor.
No. Shut up. Stop trying to stop me. I'm trying to understand the setting, Griff.
That is a canal that goes under those buildings.
No, I understand, but where does it stop?
It appears to connect all the way up to here.
Fogwater connects to the old moat up here.
No, I'm not asking about Fogwater. I'm asking about where Fogwater and Requiem Road overlap, and you're saying it goes under the road. I'm asking where that stops.
What they mean by it goes under the road is you can see here and here and here there are bridges. So that's the road.
No. Hold on. The lines. He said those were blockades.
I was mistaken. It's a waterway.
These, what I'm pointing out here, are blockades.
Right, that's what I'm saying. You indicated those were blockades.
I was
They're
mistaken.
not blockades. That's a canal.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, that's why I was confused. You said they were blockades, and I was like, they're right on the road. How does the water going anywhere near the road?
No, I was mistaken. That is an underground waterway. It looks like they built the buildings over top of it.
See, this is why I have to ask, because every time we were looking at a map now, I would think, okay, there's something weird going on right here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So technically that's an open waterway or a sewer. I'm guessing we're not supposed to go in there. By a blockade, I mean like if you were on the road and you wanted to go from here to here, you would fall in a pit.
Yeah. You still need to go around them.
Right, no, I
Right, so it
understand
blocks
that.
the way.
I was just trying to figure that out because you guys were saying like somehow Fogwater was connected to that, and I'm like, what? How?
No, Fogwater runs parallel to that. That would be correct. In any event, we would have to go up this wall. I'm guessing Fogwater, if these are the buildings would then have to have 4 or 5 feet or so of archway support underneath them. This is basically like a previous, probably either a sewer or a fortification. People dump stuff in here. This is not for personal travel. This is a sewer. This is an open air sewer.
Yep, and we're riding straight up beside it and going over.
Fogwater is possibly an open air canal, but once again, this isn't for travel either. We're not supposed to be. In fact,
Right, we're in a very narrow passage right now.
I'm surprised our boat fits in here, and our boat couldn't turn around if it wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Fogwater gets thinner the further up.
Right. In fact, is this navigable? I wouldn't think it would be.
It's the right-hand turn right there at the bottom is the real hard part.
Well, this turn is difficult, and this turn is difficult. And also, if this is like now, people are dumping trash in here. There'll be clots.
Well, thank God we're an icebreaker.
Yeah, I'm about to say. We're the one boat specifically meant to go through.
Technically, our boat is a clod buster, and our crew is here, right?
Yeah, so as you're going through, you get to about this bridge, and under the bridge you see a sign, leave a toll. And it's got a small box there, but there isn't anything stopping you from going forward.
Has anyone else left a toll?
I give the box the finger.
Has anybody else left a toll in it? We can just. That's like when back when you had phone booths and everything. Coins? Coins?
Yeah.
I'll leave a toll.
Well, good. I take his toll.
So you drop a couple.
Edward, we don't want to pay the foghounds.
Yeah, I'll wait for Bishop to leave the toll, and then I'll pick the lock.
That's what I'm saying. You just take whatever money's in there.
Yeah, I'm not going to stop you.
Right.
Well, no, I want to wait for Bishop to leave some money before I pick it. That's a bigger score.
He's dropping a couple silver in it, yep.
All right.
And Priestley, you said you're picking the lock that's on the box?
Hell yeah, I'm picking the lock.
All right, give me a
thief school to not be a thief.
Give me a tinker or finesse. Check off
Okay.
something with lockpick tools of some kind.
I'm a lurk. I have some fine luck.
All right,
Which I
take a
will use
+1 to
to
this roll then.
Controlled?
It's still risky.
Okay, hold on. I gotta redo that. Risky.
Mhm,
It would
standard.
help if before we make the roll, if you would announce. So
All right, we are in risky until things get more dangerous. So until someone
Okay.
fails, it's in risky situations where we started.
It would still help, but okay.
All right.
There we go. It's open. Boom.
Yeah, so you pop it open, and there's a lot of silver in there. Probably adds up to a full coin as you're emptying it out, I assume.
Okay. Then I put in I'm not gonna take all of it. I'll just
Seems silly to me that the guy who's lamenting about not being rich is the one also pouring money into a box he doesn't have to.
Yeah. I'm in a good mood. I'm gonna leave.
I'm going to leave it, did you say?
I'm gonna leave Bishop's coins.
All
Oh,
right.
you're
no,
the,
no
uh,
silver. I'll have to buy a pint somewhere else.
It's a reverse Goonies situation, right? Not this one. This was my wish.
So I'm guessing that I wish. Hello. I wished. I wish I could climb this wall. So I'm guessing we have to climb up about a story of water slick wall, to then get to drop off.
Yep. But you're all trained thieves. You could make your way up there without too much risk.
Who knew?
I've
Let's
gotta-
do it.
I gotta carry a
hop up.
2-foot box, so I'm gonna
That's
mark
okay.
some climbing gear.
Yeah,
That's a
we
good
go
call.
up, you pass the box up to us, then you climb up.
It's a story tall, Edward. I'm big, but
Well,
I'm
let me
not
ask
that
you
big.
this: instead of marking your gear, you want me to just mark a bandolier and then I'll pour some drift oil on it, and then you can climb up with it.
Makes sense to me.
That way, it's effectively marking 1/3 of one of my load instead of one whole of your load.
Yeah, and climbing is actually two as well.
Anyone
Okay,
with
well, still,
climbing
that's-
gear is going to be able to climb up fine.
Again,
Yeah.
though, it'd be
It's
1/3
about
of one of
it's
mine.
about getting the box up as well. So yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. If we drift oil it up, that sounds good.
Yeah, so I'll just do that. I'll mark off a bandolier for me and one drift oil for the box.
Okay.
It's very helpful to have around, Professor.
The 4 of you, I assume, are unloading, getting this box up, or is anyone staying behind?
The
Well,
crew
crew
are on
is
the
here.
boat, right? Yeah,
We just leave our crew on the boat. They're loyal.
they can look after the boat for us and
Right.
fuck off if the heat gets too high.
Alright, so you got this box. You guys are up on the side. You've clicked off whatever equipment you needed to get up there. Now you don't see any blue coats, but you know this area is usually very well patrolled.
Mhm.
This is also, the fog hounds usually watch this canal pretty religiously, so if they're not out on a job, they usually aren't too far from here.
Right. So we do need to be careful. So we're going to keep aware for any sort of danger, ambush, or random patrol wandering into us then.
Alright, that sounds like a group survey. Alternative, you could use a group prowl.
Yeah. Why don't I go ahead a little bit, Edward, and I'll make sure the way is clear.
Okay. So are you doing the prowl version or the other version?
I'm doing the survey because if I gather
Okay.
information to anticipate possible threats in the current situation, I get plus effect.
Okay. I will go ahead and I will work with you to keep observant then.
I'll do a solo prowl. I'll see you guys later.
Alright.
If there's any trouble, listen for the gunshot.
I mean, not to be a smartass, but that toll booth was on Fogwater. Tollwater is right across from the university.
Mhm.
That was on the
Really,
road.
that's where you.
It certainly didn't look like an official toll booth.
Yeah.
And weirdly, that's where you leave the fog.
Neither a bean nor a nut.
All right, so I've gone ahead and helped you. I've added a 5, and you don't take stress, I believe.
Yeah. I was gonna ask about position and effect before I roll, but
We're in risky position still.
Mhm.
Effect is going to be standard.
so I get risky. Great for that. Do you have a devil's bargain for me, Matthew?
The devil's bargain would be the blue coats have taken the night off. And there's probably a good reason for that.
I don't mind running into Foghound, so yeah, I'll take it.
It's the policeman's ball over at the academy.
By the way, if Grit has gone on ahead to scout for himself, and then Pariso has also gone off ahead to scout, and Edward is helping Grit to scout, does it just leave me there alone with the box?
Right.
It seems that way.
Grit and I are keeping aware of danger and trying to avoid it. Priso is just trying to be quiet.
Well, Pariso went off ahead on their own to scout, and Grit said that they were going to go off ahead to make sure everything was safe.
Yeah, I'm literally only like half a block ahead, just making sure I look around corners before we go it.
Mm-hmm.
And I imagine Edward is keeping an eye on our back and that kind of thing.
Right. I look down at the box and say, thank God I drift oiled this box.
I believe someone drift oiled the box, so it doesn't take up load to move.
No, that's what I said. I said, I guess I'm here by myself, and I look down at the box and say, thank God I drift oiled this box.
Lays a feather.
So our survey got a 5.
Mm-hmm. So looking around, there doesn't seem to be any kind of threat. You do spot the odd fog hound wearing their pin and dressed much better than you usually see them around town. But that could be them just blending into the university area.
Mm-hmm.
They don't notice you. You manage to take routes that don't see them. Priso, you're slipping off by yourself. I assume making your way towards the academy as well, though, right?
Oh, yep. And I even, because I have fine stealth, because I'm alert, I went ahead and got a great effect.
Yeah, so you're not noticeable. You also spot a couple of these foghounds moving around. You see one off by himself, and as he passes by a alleyway, something grabs him and pulls him in.
Ooh.
Spooky.
Is there a lot of crunching noises and then blood and bones spew out from the alleyway?
Nope, just silence.
I have a great effect. Can I get closer and see what's going on?
Absolutely could. So you slip your way up a building and kind of lead into the alleyway. So you're far enough away, whatever grabbed him isn't going to grab you. And you spot that weird guy with the dark eyes from the warehouse when you robbed Gregor.
Oh God, this guy.
Yep. And you see him slowly holding the foghound as the foghound's struggling, losing consciousness. It looks like the foghound screamed, but there's no sound.
Where's the relationship chart? Where do I call that up?
Oh.
Is that the Teeth factions? Oh no, it's map. Okay.
It's both.
How are we with the fog? Oh, the foghorns hate us.
Yeah,
They don't hate you. They dislike you for costing them a 6-coin score.
Okay. I'm tired of living.
All right.
I am going to drop down and interfere. I don't like this guy. He's not normal.
Yeah, that's my shtick.
I'd like to go ahead and backstab this guy.
All right. So that sounds like either a prowl or skirmish.
Okay.
Do you have any kind of specialized weapon or anything?
Yes. I happen to have a stiletto, specifically designed to stab people as I tap the unusual weapon box.
All right, so that'll bring you up to standard effect against this guy.
I came heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's see how this works. Okay, it is risky, and it is standard.
Yep.
I have no bonus, so let's see how that does. Last we roll all 3. Oh wow, I'm rolling good today.
All right. So you come down with this stiletto, and you stab him deep in the shoulder, and it goes all the way to the hilt. His arm kind of jars out for a second from the impact, but most people you hit like this, they would just drop or they'd scream or something. You see the foghound get the hell out of there. And this guy kind of stops for a sec, and his head turns half turned. Who are you?
I'm Pariso.
And he begins to turn. What do you do?
So he asked who I was. I said who I was.
Yeah,
It's only polite. It would only be polite that you also your name. in reciprocation.
I don't know this vessel's name.
What's your name?
Something I'm not willing to share with the likes of you. And he reaches to grab you.
Ooh.
I'll dodge.
All right. So, give me... I guess it's a skirmish at this point. If you're
That's good to me.
getting in a fight with this guy,
What's the effect?
the effect is going to be standard, unless you have a way of bumping that up.
No.
You roll below 6, it's going to be 2 damage. Any success, you're going to be able to inflict another wound on him.
Okay. Well, I'm actually dodging. I'm not trying to.
But it's kind of an exchange. Are you trying to get away from him? Are you trying to stay in the situation? What are you trying to do?
I'm going to mock him. I'm alert. So when he lunges at me, we're in a narrow alleyway. This is when you parkour off of the ledges and ascend to a height and just dodge the crap out of him.
All right, so a success will mean he can't reach you again.
Right.
Wow,
Woohoo!
critical.
Nice.
It's like I'm good at this.
So he reaches, and as he's reaching, you notice there's a couple things hanging from his belt. There seems to be a small skull that you didn't notice before, a hanging bag, and a weird green lock. Because you rolled a critical, I'm going to let you be able to grab one of these and get away without being touched by him.
I would like to push and do a superhuman effect. Because that's one of my abilities.
Would you like to take all of it?
I'm going to take the whole belt. That's when you lean in, cut it, and take the whole belt. Because I'm not trifled with.
Which... Oh, that one.
Yeah, it's like whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. It's like, I asked you your name, you didn't tell me. Okay, that's it. This is all mine now.
I would say that counts, yeah. So you managed to grab the whole belt. Yep.
All right, and this is mine. Later, after I've got this, I'm leaving.
All right, so if you run for... Are you sticking around, or are you just getting out of there?
I'm leaving.
All right,
You already told me this guy is like already a higher tier. He does a lot of damage, and I just did 2 points of damage to myself, so I'm leaving.
All right,
I'm taking the entire belt with all this crap.
He starts gesturing in your direction, but you're gone before he is able to do anything to you.
I'm going back to the boat, calling this a win.
All right. Meanwhile, the rest of you make your way to the building you're instructed to, the Moreland Hall of Unnatural Philosophy.
Sounds perfectly safe and reasonable.
You guys going through the front doors? What are you doing?
Well, supposedly there'd be a servant's entrance around here if this is definitely a big university that probably has a few janitors or cooks or any kind of staff that isn't specifically professors.
Certainly would.
So we're going to go in through that way, and we're going to try to make our way up towards the professor from there without drawing attention.
All right, so that sounds like a group prowl.
All right. I will opt to go ahead and lead the prowl then.
All right. So if Bishop, Professor, and Griff would like to give me a prowl roll, let's see how well you do getting into this office.
Feel the strain.
Oh gosh.
Risky standard?
Risky standard, yep. My apologies.
Well, I mean, since the whole risky standard thing doesn't actually affect the roll, I figure I'm just going to click through. If something changes, it changes.
Sounds good.
Yep. And
it can. I get extra dice if it's desperate. That's why.
Okay. I didn't know effect like that existed. So
yep.
For me, it doesn't change anything. I mean, on the roll side, rolling it doesn't change.
All right. So I have taken 2 stress because you have both failed me.
Yep.
Yeah, and it's all on you to make this successful.
Yep, I got to do it on 2 dice, which I just need to hit like a 4, 5, or 6, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fine just rolling.
I mean, to be fair,
75% chance, got a 6.
I probably do stand out around here since I am a professor.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, professor, can you
and I
give me
stand out because I'm very much not.
Yeah. Our disguise is our professor, captain of the football team.
So, Edward, you lead these two up to the office that Jenna told you. You get in there. There's a whole bunch of weird stuff and books and a desk covered with papers. There's no one here.
But Professor,
What?
other
Does it look like
professor.
Still me?
Does it look like someone's been here recently?
No, it looks like this. It might be closed for the night.
Yes, the campfire is still warm.
Okay. So, you know what? This is going to be a good drop delivery. I'm going to trust that our contact says that this person is good. I'm going to go ahead and take this box and put it someplace safe and secure inside of this person's office.
Wait, this wasn't
right.
a payment on delivery job?
We'll have to come back and arrange it because he's not here in the middle of the night.
Well, what if he's dead?
Well, then we've done all this for nothing, and I'm going to be very irate, but
Yeah, shouldn't we get, like, proof that we were here? Because otherwise,
Yeah,
say, how do we know that you did it, or any other hundreds, excuses?
that's a good
right,
idea.
that's why I'm going to leave a note to meet here to bring payment to this location. Unless the professor does happen to be lurking around.
This is his office, right? Or their office? Is Professor Tact a man or a woman?
Professor Tack is a man.
Does Professor Tact have an itinerary laying around on any of his stuff?
Office hours.
Well, no, I mean just itinerary. Like, I'm going to be here doing this, or I need to do this
Yeah,
on this
isn't it-
time.
He
Yeah,
would
the
have
diary.
he would have something like that on his desk, and it looks like in the morning he's got a early presentation, so he might be sleeping somewhere.
Right. Does it say where his
I-
presentation is, or specifically what it's about?
He is doing a presentation on something called Black Obsidian Scorpions.
Where at?
It would be in this lecture hall downstairs, but that's in the morning.
Room number and
Yeah,
time
yeah,
and all that's on there?
Yep.
How long from now was that?
About 8 hours.
I'm going to suggest that you guys go ahead and do whatever you're going to do, and I just stay here.
You're just going to stay in his office until he arrives.
Yeah.
All right. Good as bringing a note, and as long as no one is here to stop you or question you, then everything should be fine.
And I was a tenured professor before all this, so sleeping in an office, not really something I'm not accustomed to.
Very well,
Good.
then.
I'll take you back to the boat, but then I'll come back and stay with the professor. I don't like him being here alone.
That's fair. That's fair. You two will watch over it, you'll receive payment, and you'll return, and I'll hope that nothing will happen. I'll expect you back at the base. Alright, so we'll go ahead, make our leave. Or rather, we'll just stay here, I'll just go ahead and make my leave. I don't have anything on me, so I'm not suspicious anymore.
So are you two making your way
There are
back to...
foghounds about, mate. I'm not sure I want you walking.
Ironically, what you have and don't have on your person is not the items that make you suspicious or not suspicious. In fact,
yeah,
the things that
that's
they can't see on you are the things that make you suspicious.
I'm gonna walk Edward back to the boat because I don't trust the foghounds not to rough him up.
Okay,
All right.
so we'll do a little switcheroo here.
So, Bishop, Priest, are you making your way back to base, or are you just waiting for the others for 6 hours in the canal?
Oh no, we're going back home. We have quarters,
Wait.
we can actually go sleep.
Wait, where's the professor? I need to talk to him.
Oh, the professor opted to go ahead and stay back in the professor's office. He'll be
What?
here in
Why?
the morning. Well, because we need to ensure that it actually gets delivered and that we get payment. And I trust
You mean
him.
you're leaving there?
Or rather, I trust Grit to keep him safe, and I trust Grit also to remember the money.
Ugh, this is the worst drop ever. All right, well, I get to go home and sleep in bed.
Yes, exactly. Well, you seem like you're happy. What do you have there, Belt?
I have no idea. It's a belt with a bag and a green glowing thing.
Oh, that lock. That looks.
Yeah, some kind
Maybe
of
have a
weird
key.
giant. A giant was wearing it who was possessed. Refused to tell me their name. I took personal offense.
It's some sort of weird magical implement, then. And the
Yeah,
skull
well,
is foreboding, too. I'll say that.
Yeah. Don't touch any. It's
So they're
weird
just the
magic.
lock and the skull, right?
There's a lot of skull in this bag. I don't know if Precio's decided he wants to look in it or not, but
Hell no! I gotta wait till the professor gets here. It's full of weird magic crap.
Right. So let's put it into the second bag. We'll keep it safe, and when the professor returns, he can look at it all he likes.
If the professor dies, I'm going to be so mad at you.
Well, if he dies, then it wasn't me.
So you guys make your way back home. Meanwhile, Professor and Grit, you wait there for hours, and eventually a long, thin man dressed in some not overly expensive but well-worn clothes come in, and he pauses for a moment.
Professor Tact,
Yes.
we have your delivery.
Oh, from Jenna.
I could neither confirm or deny that.
What kind of delivery? He slowly starts backing out of the door.
Oh, you're right, mate. And I like gesture towards the box in the corner.
And his face lights up as he makes his way over, and this frail person tries to...
Hang on, mate. Payment first.
Jenna should have the money. Does she not?
Payment upon delivery.
My apologies. I don't have much coin with me. I can give you some silver, but I paid Jenna 5 coin for this.
I mean, we could wait. But need to go back home, get a purse?
I would need to get in touch with the person I arranged this with, because she has my money.
Alright. We could wait.
It wasn't. It was. I thought this was Nael, not.
No, Naomi wanted the bodies moved.
I'm confused about who's who. Oh, Jenna's not the.
Again,
clerk.
I'm telling him
high
that we
price
can
spends.
wait, because alternatively we leave and something happens, or he tries to pull something. Either way, I don't think he's going to try and pull something at his own place of business. So, either he implicates himself into something that obviously he hired a criminal organization to do, or he pays us.
Professor, do you want to stay here and I'll go and talk to Jenna? I know where she works. I was there with Edward yesterday.
Fine. Maybe I can grade some papers or something.
Alright, so the professor...
I'm sure you two will get along nicely.
Oh, I thought you were going to go with him.
Oh, right.
He said he wanted to talk to the person he arranged this with, and if that happens to be the person that you keep naming, then it seems to me that you would go to the same place. So perhaps you could escort them to make sure that they arrive there safely.
I know that Professor Tact has some sort of important presentation this morning. I wouldn't want to take him away from that. So, Professor, you stay here with him, and I take out a gun in like very clear view and hand it to our professor.
Nah, I give you the hands. Like, I'm sure that will not be necessary.
You see Professor Tack's eyes go wide. Oh, well, I wasn't told there was to be any violence on this.
No, just to keep my friend here safe while I'm gone.
How much danger do you think he's in?
Well, I don't know you, Mr. Tact, but
All right, I assure you, I intend you no harm.
Like I said, I put my hands up. I'm not taking the gun. Like I said, I'm sure there'll be nothing wrong.
yeah.
I'm sure,
All
like,
right, then.
a turn of the hip and, like, the coat opens up a little bit, and I'm still wearing 2 bandoliers worth of highly...
yeah,
chemical.
and Grit just like tucks the gun back in his coat. And the point has been made.
Oh, this poor professor.
Yeah, but I make do.
All right, so just to speed things along, yeah, you get there. Jenna has the payment for the supplies, and what does Grit tell her?
That it went like real smooth, and the professor said that he paid 5 coin for it. So I assume that our cut is 4.
I agreed to 3.
It's a hell of a finder's fee there, Jenna.
Yeah, but you get a portion of my business. I need this 2 coin to buy more supplies.
All right, mate. And he just like gives her a wink.
Nothing went wrong, right?
Not as far as I know. Picked
All right.
the box up, took it straight to him.
Come back to the university. It's on fire. People are screaming.
There's just no university at all anymore. There's
An
a
early
volcano.
morning lecture by a professor turned to tragedy as he opened a box of explosives right in front of his students.
Oh man, that was one hell of a lecture. We got to back sometime.
Students say it was totally radical as the building burned down into ashes.
Tubular excellent. One boy was heard to say.
All right,
All
so once everyone is sorted out, do you guys leave the professor alone? You're going to try and extort him for more money?
Oh man,
well,
I
I'm
sure
not
wish we
returning.
could have at least gotten one more coin to make everything even.
Well, we get
Well,
two
we're about
more
to get
coin.
2 more.
Yeah, we get 2 more from the fact that
Yeah,
we
every
worked
downtime, as long as the scores involved at least one high-profile target, which the professor would count, you get extra coin from Jenna.
Was that two
Right, she'll
each,
turn
or is
around
that
and get
just two?
Hmm?
Would that
2
be
total.
two total? So which that would make our total 5. Still an uneven number.
Well, we
Good,
can
it
take
can go
one
to the
each and
bank.
put one in the vault.
All right, but you guys are really irking me with this uneven number business.
Okay,
Alright,
we got
so-
technically the take is 6 because I got a told up.
Yeah,
Oh, that's true.
but you took that
We'll have to
coin,
go over that
so
too.
I assume.
Well, but what
Let's
I'm
do
thinking,
the debrief.
what I'm thinking makes the most sense is there's 6 coins here. Then each of us takes one, and we put the other 2 back into the organization because we have to spend money to raise our tier or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll eventually have to do that, yeah.
Okay, do we have to spend it all? Do we have to hold on to it and spend it all at once, or can we spend it
Yes.
now?
No, you have to have it when you get to the full rep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what we could do is because coins are indivisible for some reason, we could also decide on an order that who gets first pick, second pick. So we could, for example, say Bishop, Grit, Professor, Carissa, and those are the picking orders. So when the coins are there, 1, 1, 1, 1, and then 1 for Grit, 1 for Bishop, and then the next time this rolls over, the Professor gets.
So that we all know that I'm a
Right,
bottomless
that also
need
makes
of
sense.
money.
I think it's fine just to
Yeah.
put it into the crew vault, and
Well,
then
we're already
I mean,
doing that,
whoever
yeah.
wants
We each
to
get.
use
Do we
it.
have a vault we can throw it in? Can we throw money in a vault?
We have a like the basic 4 coin that can go in the crew, and then if we upgrade it later, it can be like 8. Then
Right, so we have 6 coins, so we can give each of us 1, and the remaining 2 we can
That's
put
what
in
we've
a
already
vault.
said.
yeah, that's why we
already
would
said
do
we're
that.
going to do that. Yeah.
Okay,
We
done.
just-
Done.
Okay.
We weren't sure if you were just keeping the coin that you
I
pilfered.
assumed that you were just going to keep the coin that you took because you took it.
Well, what I'm actually doing is when you guys are dividing up 3 coins and saying it comes out odd, I'm saying, I'll let this one, I'm the bigger person here. I'll just
So,
I mean,
Fine,
also,
let's do the
pointedly,
debrief.
the coin is not just a physical coin. Here's a huge denomination of money. You guys take that.
I'll just bow out this time because I'm that kind of cool person.
Let's see
Also-
if you even get it first.
So,
yeah.
you all reassemble.
Mhm.
The score has happened. Now you're left in a situation. Do you want to jump into the next score before this body thing expires? Or do you want to take some time for the crew, do some downtime, stuff like that?
I always need my downtime, so I mean,
Okay, wait.
Are you
So,
saying that if we do downtime, we can't do the other score?
That is correct.
can we ask
And
this?
what is
Let me
the-
ask this: can part of the team do it and part of the team take downtime?
You can take
No,
a
it's
mission.
gonna
off,
be. It's gonna be all. Well, the professor can always take a mission. You can grab another playbook and jump in with another character.
Yeah, I guess I could do that.
You don't get any extra downtime out of that.
Well, no, I need my downtimes because I'm working on a project, so I need my stuff. Like I
Right.
need.
Yeah,
But the real question here is, do we do a mission just after we did another mission? Because if we don't, it goes away.
and here's the question. Oh, hold on. I need clarification. What is the mission that is in the time frame we would miss?
the corpse moving.
Your spirit trafficker contact says there's a person who has a bunch of bodies and will continuously have bodies, and he needs a place to dispose of them where he's not going to get arrested.
Okay,
He needs
And if
to
we
do something with these bodies. Go ahead.
guys, can we just pass on this one? This doesn't sound like it has a good payout, and it sounds like we need our downtime.
Yeah, you missed the bit where he's very wealthy.
Well, why did we do this one first?
Because that
This
one
one
was on a time. It was more time pressing.
Oh, God. Guys, I said at the
Well,
beginning of
I
the
mean, like-
session, hey, if we got a good score, I could finish everything now, and you guys are like, hey, let's do the one coin
Yeah.
thing.
No. Mechanically, what we're doing here is turning 2 scores into 1 score.
Mhm.
Like,
Right, but
we're just rolling 2
the
scores
problem is
together.
that also mechanically you're wasting the even more play time to do it, which means less downtime actions, and downtime is where I live. So I need the
I understand
downtime
that, but-
actions.
If we do the other score, we get a lot more money before we go
Right,
into...
yeah, but at the same
downtime.
time, we can take the
Yeah.
downtime actions now, get another job done anyway, not this one. We'll find another one.
Sure.
Because that's
Okay,
how this game is played. We're not going to spend another hour and a half not doing another job.
Yeah.
What do you got, Ref?
Yeah, I just want to say I haven't been told what the payout is. Payout doesn't sound very good for the corpse job. Why don't we pass on it and do downtime? That would be my vote. Pass on the corpse job and do downtime. I already asked if we benefited from it, and we don't. And also, it's not our thing. I would rather do high-paying jobs to get me an opium. Where's my opium den?
I guess we pass on it and we go ahead and take downtime then.
Not a
You're the
problem.
boss, Edward.
So let's go ahead and see what we
Alright.
get for this mission.
So,
Oh, I real quick, another one quick question I had. I thought about it yesterday. I forgot to ask. If you complete a whole track, can you bank that and save it for later?
hold track of what?
Any XP advancement stuff. Can you bank that and save it for later, or do you have to spend it the moment it fills?
I'm not sure what you're asking. Sorry.
If you fill up a whole XP track, can you bank it and save it for later, or do you have to spend it the moment it fills?
Once it fills, you select something.
Damn it. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
I think
curious
we've let people like go for like if they finish it at end of session, you can think about what you're putting in.
Oh no, because if I finished
like-
my haul and I could make that transition and I had a full,
Ah.
a full thing, I could then buy something from the haul instead of buying something else.
The concern is once the haul's made, he jumps to a new playbook and not everything transfers over. So he wants the extra level is what he was thinking ahead.
Yeah, just tell him.
Well,
I
yeah,
have
he
a
already
quick
told me
look at
no.
the whole thing.
All right, so downtime.
Because I think you keep all your dots. the haul.
Yeah, you keep a lot of stuff, but not the experience, which means I wouldn't be able to instantly be able to buy something new. I'd have to go through.
So the guy who was arguing for downtime has discovered that he won't be able to take the downtime. All
no,
right,
I
let's
need the downtime to be able to build. I need the downtime to be able to build, which is what I was counting on. 2 downtime actions.
You can do some other things in downtime, like research for me.
So to begin with, we're going up. You get 2 rep.
Reputation.
You get 4 coin plus 2 from Jenna because we're doing a downtime session. There was a high class score during this. So
That's why.
What?
I'm saying that's why we did the smuggling mission. I'm guessing the moving the corpses, not a high class.
Not exactly.
No, very different. But yes, so you have 6 coin for you guys to divide up.
Okay, and we were doing 1 each and 2 more into our vault.
Sounds good to me. And then heat. I would almost say this went smooth and quiet.
Yeah,
Hey.
You guys
Certainly.
didn't get caught by any of the blue coats.
I stabbed a monster.
You stabbed a monster, but you didn't harm the foghounds. The foghounds' reputation would have went down for stealing their coin, but you did save one of their members, so it just remains unchanged.
Well, he might have left before he knew it was me who saved him. He might still lose breath.
But for the same justification, we could say that about the stealing the
But then
money.
I don't know we stole the money either. So it's a win-win.
So yeah, so now we just do engagements.
Was there blood on my knife?
Now you said
When you put the thing you stabbed the guy with?
I stabbed him with a stiletto. Was there blood on it when it came back out?
When it came back out, there was like a black goo.
Ew. Okay. Just checking.
Mhm.
I'll save that.
Hey.
Hey.
6, that means it's really good, right?
Yeah. I forgot to do heat. Wait, we just did it.
Yeah, we just did. We did it almost silently.
Yeah, there was high-profile connections, though, because of Professor Tack, so it's an automatic 1. But that's the same reason you get the +2 coin. So we're at what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, 4 or 5 heat. 6. Show of Force. So, a faction you have negative status with makes a play against one of your holdings.
I told that monster my name, and that monster hates me.
So, you have a choice to give one claim or one of the factions you've recently upset is going to war with you.
I don't give up anything. We don't really have anything to give up.
Well, you have Jenna or the offices in Charter Hall.
Well, we just worked really hard to get the office. No, we're not giving it. I think war it is.
Whoa.
Griff is turning into a robot.
Joke's on them.
Oh, boy.
I've been assembling a giant war machine, death robot that's going to come by, crush all of them under its mighty metal boot heel.
All right.
Cool. So when they go and look for that, they'll kill you and not me.
So,
Actually, you are the giant war.
Not yet.
there's,
I'm literally a burn victim.
there's been a lot of supernatural forces being dealt with by your crew. The Dimmer sisters have taken great offense to this, to the point that they have decided that your crew is stepping on their toes one too many times. They demanded that you stop interacting with Jenna and force her to start going back to work for them. When you refuse, they have declared war.
Oh,
How
boy.
bad can enemies be when they call themselves dim?
That's right. That's right. That's the spirit. All right, so everyone automatically loses one downtime action from now on till the war ends.
Oh, boy.
What?
Cool. Good decision making, team. Thank God I had 3 to begin with, so I'm still at normal.
All right, well, we got to figure out something to do with the Dimmer sisters. How do we end a war?
That is a good question.
Quickly and decisively. I mean, yeah, it's like doing scores against them. So we have to
Yeah.
blow up their house or go and beat the hell out of them. Or
You basically start going after their claims, they go after yours, and eventually the war will die down. But that doesn't mean people won't take advantage of it.
Mm-hmm.
So
and
the-
our tier counts as 1 less. So we're back down to.
God damn it, guys.
Yeah, until the war is dealt with.
Literally, I was counting on that. What the hell did you do?
Maybe we should have just done another job.
Right.
No.
So,
Why didn't you take the paying job to begin with? Why are you the boss?
They're all
Why did
paying
I
jobs.
join this crew?
We got paid very handsomely, Professor.
We got
It's
paid
fine. We'll
one
go beat
call.
up some. We'll go
Yeah,
pay.
I don't know
we'll go
what-
beat
what
up some
the,
witches.
What's the word here? Like with the equivalent of saying at one coin to be like, we got some stacks. I mean,
So,
we got one
stack.
I don't think that.
So we get one downtime action? Can we do that?
what happens? The effects of this is you get an additional heat after every score from their interference. You lose 1 hold, which means you count as, since you're weak tier 1, you count as tier 0 again for your effects for doing scores. And you each lose 1 downtime action. The
Can't
war
believe it.
ends by either
And we get
decimating
more.
the enemy or coming to a mutual agreement with them.
Wait, so we rolled a 1 on a d6 and suddenly it sucks.
yeah.
That all cut out for me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you said,
yeah.
so
At
we
the
rolled
end
a,
of
D, a
every-
1 on a d6, so everything sucks. And the answer is yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Wow, okay.
My
Yeah,
chances of completing this today have gone to nil. So let's start our downtime actions and stop dwelling on this bullshit that I blame Edward for.
Hey, I'm not the one who keeps going on about
You
it.
put yourself in charge. This is your fault.
All right. So let's do some downtime actions then, everybody.
When things are
All right.
good, you take credit for good. When things are bad, you take credit for bad.
So, Priso, what are you doing with your downtime action?
So is it possible to get a job during your downtime action? Like, a real legit straight job?
I never expected to answer that question, so I don't know.
It doesn't seem as one of the default options, but I don't see why it couldn't be some kind of long-term project where you work up towards getting a paycheck.
Yeah,
I mean, it sounds like the special ability that the professor has, the something on the side thing.
yeah, that seems
Yes,
to be
do I
a
have a special ability to do that?
yeah.
Well, I took a
What
veteran advancement, a
though?
little something on the side. So at the end of each downtime phase, I get +2 stash.
Okay, yeah. No, but I've got something even dumber.
What are you thinking?
No. I'm going to go ahead and start putting on a disguise. I want to get myself employed as one of the regular scullery or the lowest level servant possible over at the Kellis. Good job there. That's gonna be what I do in my downtime.
All right, so you're going to try and join the laborers' union.
Does she only use union labor?
Most wealthy do.
Oh, okay. Then I guess I need to get a laborer green card. Sure.
All right, so that's only going to be a 6-point clock. How are you going about that? How's Precio going about that?
I go to the laborers union and say I'd like to join the laborers union. Let me pay my dues. I understand that's how that works, right?
Usually, but to accomplish anything in this, it's much like acquiring an asset or a long-term project. So it would be based off one of your stats. So sway or consort, I'm guessing?
I didn't realize it was so... Well, I am not being apprentice, so I could... Sway it is. All right, tell me how to roll.
All right, so it's a sway check. If you want to push yourself for the bonus dice, go for it. It works like picking it. Go ahead.
So is it controlled?
It's fortune.
Is a fortune roll. Okay. Standard?
Yep.
All right. How did I roll?
All right, so you got one check.
3.
You can, by spending coin, you can improve the result to the next category, which would give you 2 ticks on the clock rather than 1.
Oh, okay. Screw it. I'll take the 1 tick. I am done with this downtime activity. I didn't know it was so difficult to get in the labor union. I learned something.
Grit.
Yeah, I think Grit is frustrated with how smoothly the last job went. He didn't get to smack up any foghounds, and so he's going down to the pits, and he's gonna get himself into the biggest fight he can.
Sounds like you're indulging your vice.
That's it. Some sort of Royal Rumble. Yeah, and I think again he's his new friend Beth, the maid, down to try and impress her with his prowess.
All right.
Yeah. That is an overindulgence for me. I had 4 stress, and that's a 5.
All right. So, what do you think happens to Grit from this overindulgence? So, it can be something like he's taken out for the next mission. It could be he kicked out of the fighting pits. It could be bringing more heat on the crew.
I feel like I think this might be like he goes too far, and he starts threatening Sergeant Velk, who runs the pits, and like tells him all of these opponents are shit, and he's a pussy, and he should come up here and fight him himself, and he just gets like thrown out and isn't allowed to fight there anymore. So I'm going to need to find a new vice purveyor.
Yeah. So, Grit has been kicked out of the fighting pits.
Nice. All right.
Bishop.
I'm going to indulge my vice.
That's fair.
All right, let's go ahead and see what's on at the theater today.
Not bad.
I'd give it like 3 out of 6 stars. There we go.
And Professor, you still have 2 actions without spending coin or rep.
Right. Gonna continue working on discovering a memento of my past.
Mm-hmm.
To which I believe
How
we're
are you
doing
gonna
a
do that?
tune with. I'm attuning to myself.
Yep,
Meditating in your chamber.
Can I push myself on this?
you absolutely can.
I'll do that. 2 stress.
2 stress, immediate trauma.
No, remember I did a 6 on my last stress.
Oh, there you go.
So 5.
All right, so that's
Hey.
2 ticks added to it.
Ah, damn it.
A coin would just put that.
Yeah,
straight
I
in.
know, but the problem is that one coin is literally the difference now because we're a tier lower between success on crafting the 7 tier thing that I need to make.
Well,
Uh,
let's do it after the next score, and we'll have like all the.
Well,
coins, I'm
here's
sure.
the thing is always that you can spend coin. You declare you're spending coin after you rolled, right? So
Yep.
I can always try and fail. Yeah, I'll spend the 1 coin to finish this clock.
All right, and tell me what object that the professor has deemed a memento in his life.
God, what would I have taken from Taikaro? Can you tell me? Can you tell me? Because I made this clock
What about-
specifically because I couldn't decide.
How about the bandolier from your old university, from your lab, is probably the only thing you have left of your homeland. It's got small inscriptions on it in Tyrosian. You've had it for years and never thought about it, and just come to the realization that this bandolier that you've been storing your things in is the only thing you have left of your home.
Right, this is something I was working on and testing and messing around with when the incident happened that forced me and everybody else to run. Yeah, sure, that
Work
works.
for you?
Yeah.
All right. And that leaves you with 1 action.
I am going to try and
Hey, while you're thinking about that, I got a note here that says the professor owes me a favor.
well, you keep reading that note. Read the bottom of that note real hard because I'm going to work on my soul vessel. You did get a shit beaten out of me once, so I'm remembering that right now.
Well, but if I gave you money, you could spend the money and take an extra action, right?
True, but then I would just still owe you a favor because that's where the favor came from.
Well, considering that we're at war, I want to cash in the favor and the money. Go ahead and work on your soul vessel first.
Right, because if we do this fast enough, you understand there could be another downtime activity at the end of the session, so I could... Anyway, I'm making the roll. I'm also taking more stress. Hopefully get a 5 on this. Or 6, rather. God damn it.
All right, so how much did you need?
Hold on, let's just double check. This is a tier 7.
Yep.
We still have the workshop. That still exists. I rolled a
Yeah.
4, which means we go up to quality +1, which is literally just +1 now because of the work. Our tier 0.
Yeah,
So that's
so you got
2, so I need 5, and I have, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 in the stash. So I'm literally 1 away.
Yep.
Damn it! Damn it,
Okay.
you people! This
Can
fucking
anyone
war.
lend you a coin?
You take a coin from the crew, dude. That's why they're there.
Alright. I hate pulling from the pot, as it were.
Dude,
Right.
hey, I promised them a giant death robot. So if it gets us closer to that, I'm in favor of it.
Well, everything
So-
after this is easier. This is literally the last of the 2 tier 7 hurdles.
Yeah, the other pieces are much easier to assemble.
Well, and I wouldn't say much easier. One's a 5
Well-
and one's a 6. But
It's still easier than 7.
yeah, because a 5 is an easier roll. Especially when we have a tier. But we don't anymore.
So, Theta, why don't you explain to the audience what piece of arcane technology the professor has put together?
Essentially the heart of the machine. It's the soul vessel. It's the arcane device that houses the spirit. It's where the ghost would reside that controls the entire frame.
Cool. Does that mean I get to kill you now?
No. You're still looking at the skeleton of a giant skeleton and an eye.
I didn't know the
Gearworks
door-
of a giant machine. I still need to finish the outer shell and the feature of the machine itself.
So the soul stays within the skeleton. I guess the meat's kind of like there.
Everything is basically hanging on there. The shell itself isn't finished yet. I've built the inner workings. Now I need to cover it up.
So we need metal.
We need to not be at war.
Anyway,
yeah, but I've
so
completely used up all of my stash, except for the stash that I'll get at the end of this downtime, because I get it at the end.
So before
Anyway.
we get to that, does anyone
go ahead.
have coin or want to spend rep from the faction to get extra downtime?
Oh, I do. I'll spend rep from that to get extra downtime. Actually, I know somebody who is going to spend rep. Hey, Professor, I got a note here that says you owe me a favor.
You still got that note? I thought you told to read to the end of it.
You still owe me a favor. So anyway, I got this weird belt that I got off of a monster, and I need it like identified and figured out.
Just
It's
to
weird.
ask. Is that not something I could have done during the
Yeah,
the
this
job?
is just... Well, let's start with the job and let's see how that goes. If you want to give me a study on it, I'm not going to count this as a downtime until you get a little more information on it.
Yeah, I kind of want to know what this is because this green lock is.
4.
All right, so looking at these three things, the professor...
Hold on.
Go ahead.
If I spend coin, can I improve his roll?
This is before we're getting into any downtime actual actions. This
Roger
is
that.
his initial taking a look at what these things are and trying to figure out what he was trying to do.
Okay, so he's got a 4.
So the skull seems to be of a child. The green lock, when looked at through the ghost field, gives off a bright light, so it is something supernatural. The components inside the bag itself, Professor, are chemicals that are often used for silent potion. So that's what you get just with your studying these things.
No, wow, I
So
could've
my
told you
first
that.
thought would be undead assassin, ghost assassin.
I got it off of a large humanoid that claimed to be possessed.
Right.
Oh,
I'm
also
assuming
they-
you also indicated the eye-core that you pulled off of your dagger.
Yeah, I saved it in my iCore jar.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. As it sounds to me, because it sounds a lot like Cilia, except like if they're carrying a silence potion, then obviously it's to do things, assassin or burglar, something of that nature. But it's still
Well, these
When you-
are the
did you
components
think-
for a silent potion. It's not mixed up properly to be a silent potion.
Yeah, maybe they just hadn't got around to it.
But
Did
still,
you say
it's-
Cilia?
you guys met Celia once, so I'm pretty sure I'm safe in saying that.
Oh, Thalia. Oh, sorry. I thought you meant Cilia as in little bits on microscopic germs.
No. Celia, the ghost that it's my vice
Yeah,
president.
no, I'm pretty sure it was someone possessed. And I'm pretty sure that whoever it was picked someone large. They wanted to be a large, muscular person when they were going about their business.
Right,
I
that's what I'm
met this
saying. It sounds like somebody who was intentionally being quiet, so the fact that they were good at fighting just makes me think assassin, a
Yeah.
ghost-piloted assassin.
Oh, they were definitely mugging people. They were strangling someone to death.
Yeah, I don't know who the Wraiths are, but that kind of sounds like... I don't know.
I think they work for Alexander. Don't know that, though. What's the green lock just has some sort of spiritual energy. We don't know what energy it has.
Professor, from your study, you know the green lock, if you have the proper key, it's going to finish some kind of ritual.
Oh,
But you
mean
don't
this
know
key?
what.
The stupid green key I found earlier?
Well,
I mean, it's a
if you
green
don't
key,
know what
it's
the
green.
ritual is, it's turn it at your own, whatever.
I can't think of any way this benefits me personally to turn the lock right now, and I can think of many ways it would not. So, I guess we'll just go put these in the secure room. All right, well, that was actually easier.
All right,
thank
well,
you.
if we're back together again with everybody else, I think I want to propose something to everyone.
Well, still doing downtime, but
Mhm.
Right.
Oh, is it time to tell you?
yeah. I mean, I still got another coin here.
All right.
Oh,
What are you
And
doing with
I'm
that?
going to go ahead and do this to acquire assets because we're about to interrupt a bunch of weird people. The Dimmer Sisters are weird, aren't they?
Oh, yeah.
All right, so I want to get protections against weird stuff like demon charms and other charms. Something to maybe help us out due to the fact we just dropped a tier.
So you're looking for either Demon Bane charms
Mhm.
or what would be another alternative?
Like
Hiring-
Spirit Bane charms instead of normal.
Hiring another crewmate like the Doctor, except like a Whisperer who is,
Oh yeah, like a gang of whisperers would be perfect, actually.
well,
One of
maybe an
those.
expert.
Or an expert, yeah.
Yeah.
So that'd be a long-term project rather than acquire asset.
Well, I mean, I need it now, so
well, wait a
Oh,
minute.
maybe I,
so
Maybe I
gang of
should've-
whisperers.
We could do it now because we could just go ahead and throw in. We could multiples of us could throw in, try and recruit them.
Mm-hmm.
That is true. So I could go ahead and start it off then. Let's get an expert.
All right.
maybe I should have let Grit get lost and I could have played a Whisper.
Mhm.
That's
Well,
Right,
no,
so-
Grit, that sounds like a terrible idea. Because the thing I was going to bring up is that Grit seems down. I think we should go decimate the the sisters.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not good at fighting ghosts though. So
Well, they're
we'll
not
see how it
ghosts,
goes.
though. Assumingly, they're whisperers, which means they're alive.
So
Yeah,
what I will do
definitely.
then is I will go to different groups of the Forgotten Gods and I will start petitioning them for people who happen to know better than I do.
That sounds like consort.
So we're going to consort. This is going to be fortune, I assume. Standard. And because they are an ally, is that an extra die bonus?
They are still an ally, aren't they? Yep. You can
Yep.
take an extra die bonus, calling
Rather
on
than
them.
helpful, I guess. And you know what? Give me a devil's bargain. I'll go ahead and throw an extra die on top of this.
Ooh.
I think that'll actually make it even better, won't it? Or I
Devil-
just need to get a high number, and that's all that
Mhm.
matters.
Devil's bargain is we're just going to get back to the Dimmer Sisters. You're trying to hire Whisperers.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. Let's do it. All right, so I got a 5, 6, 2, and a 4.
So that's a 6. That's 3 ticks. If you spend a coin, you can get up to critical, which is 5 ticks.
I spent a coin to do it in the first place, so I don't have any more.
Fair enough.
There is still one in the crew if you want to do it. But
Right.
If
Let's
there's
have
money
the one in the
involved-
crew then.
All right.
There we go. That gets us a majority of the way, and as long as someone else does something, we ought to get it.
Sure, I'll throw in. I'm going to go
Right.
ahead and spend a point of our rep to go ahead and take an extra action.
All right. So you already had Ed Bishop go out, talk to a bunch of people, get a bunch of leads on some Whisperers, most than likely in Crow's Foot for ones that aren't working with the Dimmer Sisters.
hmm
How is Perso working in to try and close this deal?
Well, who are the reconciled?
The Reconciled are a group of possessed. They are ghosts that don't have the same savage hunger as most. They retain their personality, and they tend to possess people and live out their lives. Sylvia
Yeah,
is
so
a
we-
member of the Reconciled.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So we have a positive reputation with them. While you're off talking to Forgotten God weirdos, I'll go talk to the Reconciled because, I know these possessed. And I'll say, hey, we need some help with the Dimmer Sisters, who I assume you're no friends of because they can banish,
Mm-hmm.
or they want to control you. So I need some help hiring a Whisperer, and I'll talk to them.
All right. That
So
certainly sounds like a consort.
all right.
You get a bonus one for working with another faction.
And so I spend money after I roll or before I roll?
After. Well, you spend to get the extra action, you spend money or rep. You spent rep.
Yeah.
You mean spending coin to improve the result is after the roll.
Okay. All right. Consorts. This is controlled.
It is controlled or fortune, yeah.
Which one do I pick?
It's
These
same thing. We're just looking for the dice.
it's downtime roll, so it doesn't matter.
Rolled. This is a standard roll,
Yep.
and I get one extra die.
Mm-hmm. That finishes
Okay.
it.
Oh, wow.
All
John
right.
Pariso, you can
Hey,
actually
good.
speak with people who like you rather than don't know you.
Well,
We're
you
gonna
know,
talk about possessed people. It turns out I'm great.
so you've hired an expert.
Yeah. So I have vetted for them with a. I talked to a bunch of people who aren't in their right minds, who are possessed by spirits from centuries ago, and they recommended this. So it says here in your resume that you have 800 years of experience.
I'm sorry, but we were looking for someone with 900, you see.
Yeah, sorry. That competitive spirit.
Really,
And
the
50 years
conversation
of academic experience.
the conversation comes down to we're at war with the Dimmer sisters. Will you stick around? Probably.
Well, they're
You know.
reasonably loyal. So I guess they get a name. Do they have a name?
That's what I'm getting to. They're.
Go into the big list of names.
Well, I'm not looking at list
Also-
names. I'm looking at the much like your gang. There's a bunch of edges and flaws to kind of flesh out what this person is like.
Oh yeah, that's right. We gotta pick those things.
We have to pick the weirdest ones. What are the weirdest ones?
Well, as soon as I find the list, there we are. Experts. Edges could be fearsome. They are terrifying and have a good reputation. Independent. They can be trusted to make good decisions without the crew's direct orders. Loyal. They can't be bribed or turned against you. And tenacious. They won't be deterred from their task.
Okay, and what are the downsides?
Principle. They have some ethic or flaw that conflicts with the crew. They're savage, which means they're excessively violent and cruel when used. They're unreliable, so they're not always available. Or they're wild. They're drunken, debauched, and loudmouth about what they're sent to do.
Do we have to pick these?
You don't have to pick any. You didn't pick any for the doctor.
Oh,
Right. The doctor's basically basic because we just needed basic doctor is all.
yeah, the only one that's weird here is unreliable, and that's barely weird.
I would
I'd-
like him to be tenacious, and in exchange, we could maybe make him wild.
I want
He's
him.
a weird ghost person. I'm sure he's doing weird ghost
Actually,
things.
Yeah, I'm sad because I was thinking, well, Savage would be better because we want to murder a bunch of people. But no, Wild is weirder than Savage. I would have to vote for
Mhm.
Wild.
I
You
feel
can
like
pick up the two.
being fearsome is the most weird.
Okay, Tenacious, Fearsome, Savage, and Wild.
Let's go. Let's go all in.
All right.
Oh boy, we're just hiring up a demon now. aren't
Sorry, my
This
vice
person is a nightmare, and I love them.
Fearsome. Tenacious.
Oh, they want war? They're getting war.
You hired the one that no one else will hire.
That's fine, as long as they get the job done.
That means they
That's-
come cheap.
All right.
They get to bunk here at the HQ with the professor.
Just breathing heavily in the corner and laughing.
Well, I assume they're is it a whisperer or is it someone who's actually possessed? Or both? I'm not here to judge.
It could be either. What
We're-
did you guys find?
Both.
You tell me what this expert is.
I like the idea that we don't know.
Yeah, that's actually funny. Just put down mysterious. We don't know, and other people can't figure it out either.
I
They're
mean,
willing
yeah,
No one's willing to try to find out because he's so terrifying.
What do we call them? Do they have a name?
Give me a name. Who did you pick up?
Oh,
Ogre.
man.
Jingles McCandy.
No, that's too silly. You gotta be a little.
You
edgy.
silly?
What?
In this setting, Jingles McCandy is a scary ass
The
name.
Dread Warlock Morbo.
Uh,
Morbo
my
the
favorite
Warlock.
alias off the list on the sheet is Ogre.
Pogo.
No,
Ogre.
Ogre.
Let's take that.
Yeah,
It's
there
on
we
the.
go.
We're hiring Shrek, okay?
Of course, we're hiring Shrek.
No
Yes,
wonder he's so terrifying.
You've seen the Shrek. Shrek was an abomination against God. He had a gun.
Remember, he's not independent.
Yeah.
So to use him, he's going to have to be under supervision with someone.
Right, otherwise he'll wander off and do something weird.
I promise
Probably
to
kill
clean
someone.
up.
Well, I mean, he'll finish the job that we set him on, but
Mm-hmm.
Wow, so he hangs around until we get rid of him, huh?
Yep, basically, we
yeah,
we
he's part
just
of he's
disbanded
part
our
of the crew now.
Yeah.
Well, we don't want him for too long. He's savage and wild.
Yep.
That's fine.
Right.
That sounds
All right.
great.
But we got what we need in the moment. That's what really
Well,
matters.
now we bring war to the dimmer system because, hey, they thought we had standards.
Well-
Some of us still have downtime to do.
Yeah. Anyone else doing downtime?
Oh yeah, let's
Well, I already burned a rep on down. So
Yo, I haven't spent my coin yet because I haven't had
Oh,
a chance. So.
yeah, we've been milking this downtime for everything it's worth. Go for it.
That's all right. I'm just gonna do some playbook training.
All right.
Yay, easy.
All right, so we done downtime then?
Anyone else?
I'm done.